as we enter the fall season. Next team comes from Mexico. Harlow Linella Stanley, Nikita SOSNENKO, 16 and 19 years of age. They're 8 after the rhythm dance. Their personal best is 60.79 in the free dance, but they'll need a 77.06 to take the lead. And they'll skate to Caught in the Rain by Beth Hart and Love is a Lie.
Harlow Linella Stanley and Nikita SOSNENKO. And this team, I think, has improved so much, particularly Harlow's fundamental skating skills. They work on real basic drills, as you see, the support from possibly family here. Alexa Kilikov and Lena Novak drill quality in their students, and that's evident in the way that they now move. More united as a team as one, but obviously the Twizzles here will be about 5.5 points lost just in that one element, Ted.
Yeah, that was their nemesis here in this program, because other aspects of it were, very nice, very well done. The 1 foot steps in level 2 for both partners. So, but the Twizzles, that was costly.
Yeah, and
here's the.
You can see here, Ted, I just thought at the very opening, as we've started each group, you've seen just that little bit of increase in speed and flow and glide, and that's what made me recognize the progress and improvements that Harlow and Nikita have made. He worked hard here, making the stationary into rotational lift combination. We didn't catch the twizzles. We don't need to see the twizzles. It's not a mistake that is a reflection of their abilities, but you can see just missing the hand grab here, starting to tighten up. And the consequence of the mistake, not only the technical element scored, like I say, about 5.5 points lost, but obviously then it does dampen a little bit the presentation. However, again, it's like we see with the single skaters. When a mistake is made, we can see beyond that. It's very evident that this team has worked incredibly hard in the off-season, and they have improved, and hopefully they'll be able to showcase that by the end of the season by World Juniors. They were 30th last year. They should be moving significantly up the rankings this season.
Yeah, and although we have to recognize a mistake or what we saw in front of us, we also want to make sure that we see the advancements and the improvements, and so you give a good balance of where this team or any of the skaters are going. We have to look at today. We'll talk about today, but we'll also talk about the future. What do we see? How do we see the abilities and the talents and where the stage of development is? So this team has really improved, and they're quite striking on the ice.
Yeah.
And they're powerful. There's a mistake in the twizzles. That'll be costly, but the rest of it is coming along quite nicely.
And, great to see them in their second season as a team together, and that's what we've discussed on the rhythm dance. It's such a necessity, and they've got a very different skating education from their early skating days, and now they need that time to make it harmoniously moving as one with the same fundamental technique. So making sure that every angle of every push is ultimately matched perfectly, and that's what you see when you see the seasoned teams at Senior Worlds that have been together for over a decade.
Yeah, this is just part of the painful process of building into the best that you can be. It just is never ending. It's one of the things that becomes addictive. You make so many errors and mistakes along the way that when you get the victory, it feels so good, you chase the next one, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Let's take a look at the free dance scores. 68.49, that is 7th in the free dance, with a total competition score of 119.57, and that'll put Harlow, Nanela, and Nikita currently into 6th place overall at this stage.